if you have your Orioles opening day tickets, you can find me there in section 316. This is Corey, and this is the Anthem Podcast.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's Rob.
Rob, you have your opening day tickets?
I do, despite my, I don't know if you saw my rant on Twitter.
There was not only that, but it was a furious mixture of a lot of conversations that were happening simultaneously.
Yeah.
While we were all... Well, let's set up the scene.
Well, by the way, Twitter's at Robert N. Cheek if you want to check out my chastisement of the Baltimore Orioles.
I had a similar...
By the way, if you searched...
On at Legend CP5.
If you searched at Orioles and went in, for a while, I was the only... Like, if you search for at Orioles, they didn't even post. It was me tagging them in my post. And I'm like, that's right.
There seems to be a lot of it on Twitter that day of people going like, what the fuck is happening? Like,
Yeah. So, not good stuff.
And I'm getting like crazy texts going like, why isn't this website working? I'm just
Are
like,
you
don't talk to me.
Are you getting in? I can't get in. I gotta concentrate. Stop texting. I did. We had
stuck
like
on
4.
This. Okay, so here's the setup. So people who are uninitiated. What ended up happening is the Orioles were only going to make opening day tickets available to season ticket holders.
Which I like.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
great.
it's a benefit of being a season ticket holder.
Right.
And I like the fact that we get like the first crack at it.
Right.
That's usually how it goes. They usually gave the season ticket holders first crack, and then whatever was left was just like week before opening day, they put them out for sale.
But this year is
mad dash.
Not like other years.
Well, this year we're the defending AL East champions.
Right.
So we have a lot of season ticket holders who jumped into the fray to get postseason tickets last year.
Right.
And now they're gumming up the works of the opening day tickets this year.
Yeah.
If you're a full plan holder or a 29-game plan holder, opening day is included. Obviously, as a full season plan, you would get it.
Yeah.
But like as 29, you get it as well.
But
they also get a chance to buy.
That's my problem.
Those extra tickets.
Yeah.
Something tells me that you should. And who's buying? You know, I'm sure a lot of people are buying them. Like oh, I'm going to bring my cousin who's a big Orioles fan to opening day.
Right.
Probably not sitting with you.
No.
Because they're in the fray as well.
Right.
I imagine a lot of those 29-game plan, full game plan people are just buying them and selling them on StubHub.
Which is probably the truth. The people who are making a business.
And then inflating the secondary market.
Right.
Selling it.
Yeah.
Every single Orioles season ticket holder was lumped in together. I'm assuming everybody, because even the people in our group who signed up 2 weeks ago as season ticket holders got in the...
Well, and so everybody, meaning also the full season and the 29 games who already got their tickets all mixed in together.
Right. Back to the subject at hand.
The cattle call for tickets.
The Orioles have a online season ticket holder portal.
Yes.
Where you can go and print out the tickets that you have or transfer them.
Transfer them to you. We've done that before. Yeah.
Yeah, and change obviously information. Put a new credit card on file, all that sort of stuff.
Right.
And that's the place where you would go to buy the opening day tickets when they went on sale at 2:00.
Now, on a usual day, this portal is fine having an old lady with blue hair pulling out. And putting it across.
Like an old telephone operator.
Yeah, but actually for the computer.
5934 to Cincinnati.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
So when you click the button on portal, it lights up and she pulls it out and plugs it in and goes back and forth. She's got a paper that she's checking your password for.
Baker wants tickets, and we just put that one there. Oh, now he wants to pay for tickets.
Right, exactly. And that's how the Orioles server system runs. It's basically the old lady.
It's a gerbil on a wheel.
Right, and when you click on the tickets you want, she actually has to, scroll through the book looking for the ticket. Is it available?
She goes through the card catalog.
Yeah. Click. But no, so it's usually fine. On a normal day, it's fine.
Yeah. But on opening day, when everyone in Baltimore is trying to buy tickets at the same exact time, it was a shit show.
Yeah.
And it went down. It kicked us out.
Oh, yeah. So you and I did the smart thing, which was at 1:30 we logged in.
Yeah.
And then every 5 minutes clicked on something to keep the connection
active. To keep it going.
Because, and I don't know if you did it because of this, but because we bought playoff tickets and I know how shitty the system was.
Yeah.
So I wanted to be one click away from selecting my ticket.
You got to think the internet hasn't really been popular.
Right.
While the Orioles have been...
our bad years.
Yeah. I mean, it coincides with the lean years.
Yeah.
So And before that, I don't even know what would happen. I guess you go to the stadium and you stand in line.
Buy them in person,
yeah,
right?
Probably.
Which, by the way, I would have preferred over this. At least I could have taken the day off and gone and bought tickets.
Yeah, but then I don't want to be the person who has to like camp out all night to get a sweet spot in the line. And
see, I would love that. That would become part of our opening day tradition.
Oh, get a tent and have a little party tent. And
we're on stadium property, so we could drink. You know, so we hang out, and we drink. And
sir, you have to walk to the curb if you want to smoke a cigarette. You're within 20 feet of an entrance.
Listen, you fucker. But no, I mean, listen, that's actually not that's a genius idea. Because then, you meet people there, you meet other diehard fans.
Well, what
if mid-season someone in Orioles organization had been like, we really need to update our servers because it's mid-season, we were looking a little rough. We were July, we weren't looking so great.
Yeah, if you want to know what Rob was like that opening day, just find a clip of Randy Marsh from that particular episode of South Park where they're playing softball, and he's like got his pants down and around his ankles, he's like wearing whitey tighties, and he's just like, "What? I thought this was America. I couldn't say what I want." Right.
So listen, Orioles, get your shit together.
Yeah, buy a real server.
Well, and not even that. And discussing other options, do a lottery.
Yeah.
Because my guess is every season ticket holder who wanted season tickets really could fit in the stadium. I think.
Well, you know what? Honestly, I think as much as I like the full and 29 game plan holders getting a chance to buy additional tickets.
Yeah.
I think that there should be a no resale thing.
Right.
So, do one of those things like if we find your ticket on StubHub or like Louis C.K. does this.
Yeah, we take your ticket away.
Louis C.K. has all the tickets marked.
Right.
So if he's playing at the Hippodrome or whatever.
Right.
And he finds the ticket that you bought for his website on StubHub for $100 more.
Right.
Then he revokes your ticket.
Right.
And refunds you your money and sells it on his website again.
Right.
The Orioles could do something like that with the 29 and full game plan holders.
Yeah.
Say like, listen, if you want to buy extra tickets, then feel free. You get the week ahead of time to purchase them, but if we find them on StubHub,
we're gonna
revoke it. We're gonna revoke that ticket.
And I am less capitalistic than you, so I just say let all of the season ticket holders get one, and then we let other people order them in order. So everybody gets one ticket. Because I think everybody would easily fit in the stadium that way.
Probably.
And then we go to full season ticket holders, get a chance to buy however many more.
Yeah.
And then 29 game, and then, or there's one in between, 40 some, or 80, 40. It's full season, 40, 20, 46, 29, 13.
I thought it was just the full 29 and
I think there's one
13.
More. There's one more in between. It's like a half season. Anyway. But nonetheless, whatever. Those people in order get to buy however many before it gets released to the public. Because, by the way, October, I know I want season tickets and I want to go to opening day.
Yeah.
So you start that process in January. Theoretically, if I see the email, I will be on it.
Right.
Mainly, I will get reminded by you that I need to do it.
Did you buy your tickets?
Don't shit.
Love the ballpark.
This is a uniquely Baltimore problem.
Yeah.
Because I think we talked about it last year. Opening day, not such a big deal other places.
No.
It's just the first game of the year.
Well, in some places it is.
Boston.
Cincinnati's a big one.
Right.
Boston's actually not that. Yeah, it's not that big of a deal elsewhere.
Right.
Well, did I ever tell you the story of my mom in opening day?
No.
Okay, so...
Was that when EP projectile vomited and your mom picked it up?
No. That's just my mom's awesome story.
Yes, it was.
So my mom was living in New York when she was first dating my dad.
Right.
And she traveled down on like weekends and hang out.
What a difference. 50 years.
Yeah. And it was opening day, and she was sleeping over at my dad's place. My dad's apartment.
Wait, what now? Were they married?
No. Well, clearly she's not going back to New York the same day.
Okay, so
she slept in the guest room.
Right, okay, I got you.
They slept in separate beds like Lucy and Ricky.
Wait. What was the thing? What you made in Ocean City? What do we call that? The chastity wall?
The chastity wall.
The great chastity
with the pillows and the blanket.
I had sex on the chastity wall. Oh, sorry, yeah. That's when you take a body pillow and you make a line between the two people.
A dividing line.
Divider, yeah.
There's
no incidental contact.
I think that was my term, too. I don't want any incidental contact. Anywho, my mom comes down, and she's staying with my dad, and she wakes up in the morning of opening day. Because my dad has a clock radio. He's fancy like that.
Right.
And when the alarm kicks on, it turns on the radio station.
Is it a Rolex?
It is. So when it got stolen, he got a lot of money for it. But so my mom's sleeping peacefully. Mm-hmm. My dad's lawyering at this point.
Right.
So he's getting up at like 6 a.m.
Sure.
To like get ready for his lawyering job.
Right.
6 a.m. radio kicks on, and this is what, like, my mom, like, shoots up out of bed, like, Undertaker style. Like, 6 a.m.
Sidebar.
Yeah, 6 a.m., the alarm goes off, and my mom shoots up, like the Undertaker, and on the other end of the radio, she hears, like, you know, usually it's just like, you're listening to 101.9, and now we're going to listen to a little Sonny and Cher to get your morning going. Like, that was the normal, like, radio in the morning for her, but this one is just like, we're at the stadium pub. It's 6 a.m. Everyone is drunk as shit. And we're about to fuck some whores on live radio. Everyone better get down here. It's going to be amazing. Like, my mom's just like, what the fuck is that? And my dad turns to her just like straight face. He's just like, it's opening day.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know? Like, it's opening day. What do you want, woman? And it's just like, she's just like, yeah, but it's 6 a.m. and he's screaming.
Yeah,
it's opening day.
He's been drunk for 2 hours.
Like, where do you live? It's opening day, and then my mom's just like, "Is it like this for every baseball game? What part of opening day don't you understand?" Like,
right. Yeah.
And then that's when my mom learned that opening day is like
a little different in Baltimore.
Yeah, a little bit different.
Right. Yeah.
Anywho,
at some point I did say that too. I'm like,
maybe this was part of the Orioles' plan. They knew that we would
talk about it.
We would complain.
Yeah.
And then instinctively go into great opening day stories. So therefore, like,
and here it's not worth it. It's not fair, and it's not worth it. But there is no, like we were talking about before. We last year got the hotel. It looks like we're going to be able to do that again because everybody got tickets or whatever. But it's like I'm going to go.
Yeah.
The question for the Orioles is: do I have to pay $600 to go, or do I have to pay $27?
Right.
Go? And it's just not. What I was going to suggest is a lottery where they can look at us and be like, oh, okay, so you've been coming for
10 years.
10 years,
right?
Every year. So let's give you a little bit of credit for that in the lottery. Somebody who get their ticket this year gets one.
You get more balls in the lottery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And make it a chance or luck or whatever. But more importantly, I still think every season ticket holder could have had a seat. The problem is you opened it up to everybody at the same time, and people who already had tickets are coming in again. So,
well, if you don't mind, I know this will be a very sports-heavy show.
Sure, yeah.
But I'd like to take a few minutes to talk about the NCAA tournament.
I was going to say, I guess it's going from professional sports to not professional sports.
Right.
As we know, there's no money made by the NCAA.
Well, it's a completely non-profit.
Absolutely right, yeah. Endeavor, the whole thing.
All the advertisement goes to school books.
Right. And scholarships for the students.
Right.
Which are not payment, by the way. They're giving an education.
And in fact, it not only just scholarships for the students, but a small percentage goes to give underprivileged children the opportunity to have a college education.
That's awesome.
Which I think is great for the NCAA.
Definitely good.
Wait a minute, hold on. Oh, so I was informed that actually the NCAA makes a lot of money off of this.
But they're nonprofit.
Like $2.5 billion.
What?
And the students don't get paid.
Right.
Sure, they get scholarships.
Right.
But usually they're majoring in things like African American studies, which is apparently like a class where they're just like, who's Dr. Martin Luther King? And then you just write, like, a black guy, and they're like, hey, A+.
Yeah.
You
take Swahili, and they're like, okay, final exam. How do you spell Swahili? And you look up, and Swahili 101's written on the board, and you're like, got it.
S-W-A. Hey, don't look. Now, if you don't mind, I'm just going to put my face in this book. Money for ancillary things should go to the students.
Okay, like the
for
jerseys,
certain that
jerseys, appearances at places.
I wouldn't do that because then it's gonna just trickle down to them just doing appearances all the time.
Fair enough. Okay,
but like if you make NCAA 15 for the PlayStation,
even though it doesn't have the guy's name on the jersey,
well, it can. It could have the name.
I guess it could. Yeah,
you could just make a licensing agreement where the players would get a cut of that.
Right.
You know, maybe it might not be a lot. Maybe you get $50 after you factor in every single player in college basketball.
But how about this? How about at a minimum, if you start playing sports and you hurt yourself, you get to finish college? How about that?
Right.
Because that is the worst thing. Is that these
or at the very least you get your health taken care of. Yeah.
Because that's what happens.
If you blow out your ACL, at least they fix your ACL.
Right. But I mean, that's the worst part. Right now, you get nothing. If you're on the team, you got great medical care. As soon as they're like, oh, no, that's a career-ending injury, they're like, okay, so we're going to need the $27,000 back for the semester, and you're going to be responsible from here on out. And if you could stay out of the facilities, that would be great. We know a great doctor. It's actually a clinic. Free clinic right down the highway there, so you can check that out.
Just go in and ask for Dr. Leo Spachemin. Get you all sutured up.
Go in and ask for Dr. Nick. What? Yeah, when you walk in, just say, "Hi, Dr. Nick." Hi, everybody. But no, so it's. And again, I'm kind of a commie in that way, and I'll say that. But there's got to be a level of equity and fairness to this.
Did you fill out a bracket?
I didn't fill out a bracket.
Have you ever done that?
No, I don't.
No, you don't.
No. And I mean, here's the thing. I will comment on the NCAA because the politics of it offend me, but I have no interest in college sports.
Yeah.
And I think that largely comes from the fact that we went to a not so athletically inclined college.
Right. So, if you fear the turtle, feel free to go to otheanthem.com, Corey at otheanthem.com, or the Anthem Facebook, Twitter, Google+, YouTube, Vimeo, and the listener line, 443-219-7595.
What's that number again?
1-800-GO-FUCK-YOURSELF.
That's 1-800-367...
443-219-7595.
And if you want to see my epic anti-Orioles, get your shit together tirade, where I did compare the Orioles to the Yankees, by the way.
Ooh.
And the only comments I got were based on the wait now. Come
on, it's not that bad.
Exactly, it's not that bad. But that's Orioles fans for you. You can find me anywhere on social media at Robert N. Cheek. And foundingthefuture.us, themovementinsurrection.com, adeaddrop.com. So find me there and go buy my book.
Buy Rob's book.
Anyway, so this is going to be posting on Tuesday, so let's hope that Maryland doesn't get out. But I encourage everyone, and can you put a link into the John Oliver story?
Yeah.
It really is good. It's like 19 minutes long, and it covers...
But it's totally worth it.
Totally worth the whole watch, and it'll go much more detailed than we could now. So, as always...
Well, that's what happens when they write a script.
Right, yeah, rather than just making it up as we go.
We don't sit around before the show starts and go like, all right, and then you say, no, I had a chance to have a three-way with those two. I was just like, bullshit.
Secretly, by the way, we do have a script. There's for sale.
What's the next part?
Line?
We're just standing here with our reading glasses and our... This is Corey, and this is the Anthem Podcast.
Which is how Corey would read it.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is Rob.
How do you spell good afternoon?
Just went 7 O's. It's like 7 zeros.
And this is like Corey takes forever to read a book.
Thank God I had a college education.
Yay,
Thank God I was a student athlete.
All right. As always, you've been listening to the O The Anthem podcast, part of the O The Anthem digital network. For Corey and for the Terps, go Maryland. It's not the cheer. What's the cheer?
Go Terps, go.
Go Terps, go. This is Rob. Have a good week, everybody.
Numerals are overrated.